Comic book suits change all the time. So that leads me to the question, what is the definitive suit for Batman and other characters in the Justice League? Like Superman, who has had a bunch of suits throughout his history as a character, but I think there is an overall consensus that this is the Superman suit. Trunks, yellow belt, emblem on the back of the cape, this is a Superman suit. Little less general consensus, Wonder Woman suit. Some people will say the leotard, some people will say the shorts. Me personally, I think Rebirth suit with the skirt, the tiara, the bracers, etc. is kind of her definitive suit. And there's Aquaman, who I feel like everyone can agree that the orange scales and green pants are the definitive suit, but there's more of a discourse on the hair and facial hair. Me personally, I think nowadays that long hair with beard Arthur is the definitive Aquaman look. I think the shaved Aquaman is kind of outdated. And then we have the Flash, Barry, and Wally, who have both had their fair share of different suits. But I personally think that these two are the definitive Barry and Wally Flash suits. Barry getting the brighter red, the visible eyes, and the straight lightning bolts across the waist. Wally getting the darker red, the white eyes, and the more slanted lightning bolts around the waist. And then we get to the tricky one, Batman. I think the definitive top three are the blue and gray yellow oval world's finest suit, the blue and gray Hush suit, and of course his classic black and gray suit. Honestly, I could see so many things being thrown in that fourth slot, the New 52 suit, the Rebirth suit. Me personally, I got the Batman Inc. suit. But which of these is his definitive Batman suit? We can rule out Inc. because it was my less obvious fourth. I think we can rule out Hush just because it's so iconic to that one story. Really, it comes down to old reliable black and gray, or arguably the most iconic suit in all of comic books, Batman's blue and gray yellow oval suit. I do think this suit is the most iconic. It comes from a time period where characters were changing into the characters we know them as today. I do think it is more iconic, but I do think the black and gray is more definitive as the Batman suit. I think when you think Batman, you think this suit. That's just my take. What do y'all think is the definitive suit for these characters? And let me know if you want me to do a part 2 for definitive suits for other characters.